He's going to come down for his presentation.
Well, good morning, everyone. Thanks for arriving so promptly. It gives me great pleasure to introduce this morning's speaker. I first met General Lefebvre nearly 28 years ago when he was a captain and I was a 24-year-old lieutenant in the Marine Corps. As we both hail from New England and share a love for sports, especially the fortunes of the Boston Red Sox, we became fast friends. Over the many years since we first met, I've had the pleasure to work with and for many great leaders. None, however, compare to General Lefebvre in terms of things that really matter, like character, grit, compassion, sheer force of will, and love of country. Major General Lefebvre graduated from Springfield College in 1975 with a Bachelor of Science degree. Prior to entering the Marine Corps, he coached football at Penn State and Southern Connecticut State University. He was commissioned as second lieutenant in April 1977 following completion of the Officer Candidate School, or OCS. General Lefebvre served in a number of worldwide operational assignments and has commanded Marines at every level. In his 36 years of active service with the Marines, he served in both conventional and special operations assignments. General Lefebvre has participated in crisis response or counterinsurgency operations in Haiti, Panama, the Philippines, Liberia, Yemen, East and West Africa, Pakistan, Iraq, and Afghanistan. Significantly, General Lefebvre has participated in interagency humanitarian operations in Indonesia, Thailand, Djibouti, Africa, Iraq, and Ethiopia. He was responsible for the military interface for governance and development programs in Iraq in 2008, and was responsible for managing the interagency response to the 2004 tsunami in Southeast Asia, where the U.S. coordinated effort saved thousands of lives. He currently serves as an honorary chairman for the Office of Strategic Services Society. He's a senior mentor with the J7 Joint Staff. He's a senior fellow at the Center for Naval Analysis. He's on the faculty at the Joint Special Operations University. He's a principal at the Operational Integration American Systems Corporation. He's vice chairman of the Onslow County Boy Scouts in North Carolina, and he's on the advisory board of the Museum of the Marines. And he is president of his own consulting corporation called LB6 Consulting. Major General is an honored graduate of the Officer Candidate School, the Basic School, Amphibious Warfare School, and a distinguished graduate of Marine Corps Command and Staff College and the Marine Corps War College. He was awarded an honorary doctorate degree from Springfield College in 2007 for his participation in numerous worldwide humanitarian operations. He was awarded the Lefebvre Trophy in 1987 while serving with the 2nd Battalion 9th Marines, the organization in which we both served. His personal awards include the Distinguished Service Medal, the Defense Superior Service Medal, the Legion of Merit with 2 Gold Stars, and the Bronze Star. Major General Lefebvre is married to the former Deborah Boland of West Hartford, Connecticut, and I'm pleased to say that she's with us here today. They have 2 children. Son Tom is a decorated combat veteran from Iraq and Afghanistan and a medical student at Duke University. And his daughter Libby is a University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill graduate and a sales manager for a new home builder in Wilmington, North Carolina. Please join me in welcoming General Lefebvre to speak to us today.
I think I'll come down here because it's probably a little easier to hear me, and I'm going to try to engage you here a little bit today. Now, I think the last time that I actually sat in a chair in the principal's office wasn't a very good thing, so I had some memories that came back to me from my high school days. I was sitting up there in probably not the right setting, but it is clearly an honor to be here today, to be able to speak with you. And I'm going to talk about a little bit about my career, but I'm going to talk about in the context, I think, of some of the challenges that you will face here, and that I saw some time ago. And so my topic today is a little tongue-in-cheek, if you will. Talk about what I did on my vacation that lasted that long, but really what I'm going to talk about is my experiences in about 36 years in the Marine Corps. By way of background, and to put some of what I'm going to talk about in context, My wife and I, who's here today, we went to school in Connecticut. We went to a school very similar to this one, liberal arts focused environment, where critical thinking and writing were very, very, very important, maybe the essence of the curriculum. And so I think I understand what you do here and how it's done. It was very similar to what I did. But at the same time, I also played 3 sports in high school. As a matter of fact, I was very focused on playing football. I played football in high school and played football in college, and I went to college actually to play football. And passionate about that game, still am today. It's very important to me. I learned a lot from it about core values. I learned a lot about honor, courage, and commitment. The basis of that, especially from my coaches, and those of you who play sports here in the school, and I know that's a big deal here, would probably second what I'm talking about there. But I came to the end of my college career. I was a quarterback in college and a running back, and I kind of was at odds as to what am I going to do now that my football career is kind of over. I mean, where am I going to go and what am I going to do? And so the obvious piece was for me to start to get into the coaching world. So I went to work for this guy. That's Joe Paterno at Penn State University. And I cut my hair and I bought a suit and I went and I interviewed with him, and I went through a pretty extensive interview, which was kind of tough, and he hired me to come to work for him. So I went to school at Penn State for a little while, but I also was coaching. I coached there for 2 years. The very first game we played was at home against Temple, and on the front page of the New York Times sports page on the Sunday morning after our first game was a picture of Coach Paterno standing on the sidelines, and I was standing next to him. And I was 21 years old. And I was coaching football at a pretty high level. And that year we played Alabama in the Sugar Bowl. And Bear Bryant was the coach. And some of you may know who that is. I know there's some Alabama fans in here. And that was pretty neat. But at the end of the day, at the end of the season, I kind of took stock of where I was and what I was doing. It just wasn't enough. I just was unsure of what the so what of that was and what contribution I was making. So I went to see Coach and I said, hey, Coach, I've been thinking about this and looking real hard, and I think I'm going to join the Marines. Coach said, really upset. And this is the guy who could get really upset. Looking through those glasses now. I mean, this is, at about 4 feet away, that's an intimidating looking picture, I think you would admit, as you look at that. So he wanted to know, why would you, based on the fact that you are here at Penn State, coaching football in one of the premier programs in the country, want to leave and go there? You know that this is the end of the Vietnam era in 1975. We're just coming out of Vietnam. The military was not held in very high regard during that period. We were downsized and there wasn't a lot of money in the military. So why would you want to give this up and go do that? And my answer was not adequate. I said simply that I wanted to serve. But I really couldn't qualify what that term serve meant. I couldn't underpin it with anything other than I wanted to do that. And then his second question was, well, how long are you going to be gone? I said, like a summer vacation, I'm only for a short period of time. I'm actually going to go in the Marine Corps for 3 years, and then I'm going to come out. And I'm going to come back. And he said, okay, if you come back in 3 years, I'll hold your position here, and you can come back to coach football at Penn State. I wasn't really sure that was going to happen. Matter of fact, moving towards the Marine Corps, I knew it was to serve, but I really didn't understand the parts and pieces underneath that. But Coach Paterno's question forced me to describe this in my terms, to come to grips with why I was going to do this and where I was going to go. So what it came down to was this. It started in 1962. I was in the Boy Scouts. You heard in my bio that I'm involved in the Boy Scouts now. There was a contest across the nation, write a essay. What does America mean to me? So all the Boy Scouts across the country wrote these essays. And my mom and I had been reading John F. Kennedy's Profiles of Courage. Now that's not a book about profiles of courage in the military as much as it is about some of our great leaders early in our country and some of the things that they had to do that required great courage from a political sense. So I was worried about those things back then. So anyways, I wrote my essay on, really, the focus was on, ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. And this was 1962. And I think those words ring just as true today as they did then, for me. But anyways, I wrote this essay, and lo and behold, I won the national contest. #1, Nathan Hale Freedom Essay Award, presented at the Memorial Day Parade in my hometown. And that was pretty neat, but I'll tell you what was neater. It was neater because I got to march in the parade with the veterans. Now go back to that time. That's in 1962. That's not that long after World War II. So I got a chance to be with the veterans, those that had defended the nation against tyranny, against the Japanese and the Germans in World War II, and it saved the country. So you talk about kind of hero status and being in awe of somebody. That was me as I was walking in the parade on that day.